Nou nee, hy's fucking lank. Ek dink hy's al 189 daar rond 187. Maar Jesus, ek sê ek het nooit in my lewe so fucking en hy
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Hoosier State, where Colts fans rise to their feet with the striking of the anvil as it is time for football here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indy. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Indianapolis Colts. On the visitor sideline, Pete Carroll, the coach of the Raiders. His guys flew across the country for this one. Always tough to play in the early slate of games when making that trek. On the other side, Colts head coach Shane Steichen. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he gets a clean slate and a competition in his new spot in Indianapolis. Obviously trying to eliminate some bad habits he picked up in New York. But after a brief pit stop in Minnesota, this gives him a chance to continue the trend of veteran quarterbacks who have a chance to excel with a fresh start in a new team.
And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
All the option left, it's Jones. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Daniel Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception. He wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be. Right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 129 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 29-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Genty. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing now is Geno. That's caught by Tucker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Gino going to hand it to Genty. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 76 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Genty. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Jermaine Pratt there on the tackle.
You look at this Colt defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
From the gun, here's Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Raiders are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Again, Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Gino. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Las Vegas, first down.
Right back to Genty on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Here we go.
On the handoff, it's Laube. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third and goal.
Here we go, son. We got to set.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll try and do this himself. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go.
Now Jones. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
A gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Colts. First down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Throwing Jones. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on fourth.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Smith. Now, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. JT Tuimoloau in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. He'll drop this underneath for Genty. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
First down, Las Vegas.
Geno now to throw. He'll get it inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and goal, Raiders.
Here's Mostert. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Raheem Mostert taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
At the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
A 7-yard gain. And the Colts first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Gets through and now an opening. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Colts first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Now a second and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Smith. That's to Bowers once again. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 22-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a first and goal. It's a nice run there, gets them down to the 6-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he stopped immediately there.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Smith on third and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have cut the lead back down to 2.
The Raiders will line up for the two-point conversion.
It's a run with Mostert. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Colts to take over. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a give to Taylor. Oh, nice move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 57 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this a 9-point game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 39.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on second and inches. Now Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Colts will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
And the Colts, first down.
Back to throw now on first down. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go now.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, set. Hiking 18.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing is Smith. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs, and they have to officiate block and charge.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now it's Smith. Open man is Tucker. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Smith. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete.
It's a turnover on downs.
Jones throwing to start the drive. Connecting over the middle with Downs. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 15-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jones. A short one there, caught by Warren. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
That's good for a Colts. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raiders now set to get the football back. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs. Smith throwing again. Throw left side complete. That's Bowers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And he rifles one incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gino's going to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further.
28.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Smith. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Here's Smith. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
15 yards on the play. And the Raiders
Smith to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Smith's going to throw it. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. One last throw here for Smith. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it. So